Generic greetings and welcome back to Airborne Kingdom. In the previous episode, we begun our little adventure and managed to build a fairly sizable kingdom here. We're actually maxed out on our lift and only at 38% speed. We managed to gather some resources, come from our original starting point over there, and head down to this city here. This is the Kingdom of Rutula, and we have now been tasked with, well, firstly it was to build a conservatory, which we have done, but now we have to go ahead and find a sapling, which is what we are trying to do in this episode. So I'm just going to gather more resources as we progress on with our city. I'm obviously trying to gather all of the things that we can get, so things like the clay there to make the bricks, the different foods and water sources and such, as well as produce some bricks and whatnot. Anyway, heading over to this location, we can see we've got a couple of things to explore. I will go for probably, well, there's this on the far right, which is a relic ruin. We'll head towards that, and then we've got this, looks to be a settlement there as well. We have 14 people, but we can get 16 in total, but the main problem at the moment is simply lift. We don't have as much lift as we... Basically, we don't have the lift that we require. So I'm going to have to work on that, and one of the researches that we can get is a vertical rotor. So, yeah. We can get more technology, but you have to meet other civilizations, so we'll do that as we progress on rather than rushing. Let's go ahead to this small settlement, and there's people who are excited to join, so everybody can join. That will obviously mean that we are sadly one home short, but it doesn't much matter at this stage. We have a decent food storage, 55, because of our food warehouse, and we also have a standard, well, it's a food silo and a warehouse. So the silo brings us up to 55 storage, whereas the warehouse brings us up to 125 for other resources, so non-food resources. We can also build water towers as well, but I don't think that is really necessary in our current location there. A nearby clay deposit has been... finished, so I'll get some people on the thicket there. I'm also trying to, as I said, go to this ruin, and this is an eternal forge. A large forge glows hot with coloured sparks. Though the nearby settlement has been long abandoned, the metalwork is similar colour to the sparks emanating from the forge. So we'll take the alloys, and that will allow us to customise our materials. So we can go from, we're currently on iron, but we also have bronze there as well. I actually quite like the iron, so I'm going to stick with that. Let me just stop the boat in order to send a worker to that ruin and then send workers over to that forest. I'm actually going to put more workers on that because I can, and that'll get some more relics because we do have a bit more technology to gather from that city. We need to trade that and its relics that we used to do that. And then I think the tree was over here, but obviously we'll be heading that way as well. On the map it shows you the things that you've found, so the fluorescent ponds are to dye the different buildings, and the forges is to change the metal colour. We also have settlements. The 3 of 3 means there's 3 people, but 3 have been recruited, so they are all on here, so that's fine. Got 30 out of 55 food, 21 of 30 water. Coal is pretty much maxed out on 28. And we are currently gathering the wood from there, so that is fine. I'm probably going to just actually gather all of the wood from that forest there. It seems to be the one resource that I run out of the most. Obviously, you don't want to gather all of the resources in one go, because then that'll fill up your warehouse and then you can't store stuff, and it can become a bit damaging. We have almost finished the research, which has got 1 hour left. That is to reduce the, I believe it was the water or food drain from the buildings by 25%. But we'll have to see. Just going to take a look at the propulsion under there. Housing block upgraded. Require 25% less food per household. That's very good indeed. Going to go over to lift and then to the vertical rotor and start to research that, because without it we simply can't expand the kingdom anymore. It is not possible. So 14 remaining, about 2 per trip. So that should be basically 1 more trip, because we've got 7 people on that with the planes all screaming in. You can see them coming in there, and that's increasing our our wood there as well. 24.4 for with forests, and people are going to come out and they're actually heading to there. I wonder if they're actually putting it in the warehouse. Doesn't seem to be, but there you are. And like I say, just waiting for that one to do. Relic Rune, that one has been... Yeah, we've gathered the relics from there, so we now have 4 relics. Rare items from the ancient days used for bartering. That is true. That is true. Do I want to start moving towards this area? I think I do. We are quite a slow-moving empire because of the weight now and the size of it, so we're only on 38% speed. I think we started in the high 60s or 70s, so yeah. I can't build any more homes because that will... Yeah, it says not enough lift, so we simply can't do that. That has now been fully chopped, so that is okay. I will send them to, once again, gather food. We might as well have them doing something. Let's say if they're not... I think the hierarchy of jobs are working on the buildings, so things like working in the kiln, working in the laboratory, any of the rotor or lift systems, they'll work on that. The next one to that is by assigning them to the hangar, so when you assign jobs to things like the thicket or the forest, then they'll go and do that. And then finally the bottom one is just to build anything, if there's anything to be built there. Take a couple of people off that one, put more on that, check out the map, and we can see that, yes, we are heading in the right direction. In fact, I can see it there. It says unknown ruin too far there. So vertical rotor research generates lift to keep us aloft, average cost, high fuel, no workers. Okay, so that is not too bad. I will go for probably lift and go for decrease the construction cost by 20%. I mean, we're going to use it, so I might as well go ahead and sort that out. I can see some different relics over there, but I don't want to stray too far from our main objective, which is to rebuild that conservatory for them. And it's still too far away from that one, which is a bit of a shame. I don't know whether resources, if they are stacked in, say, the warehouse, whether that increases the weight of it and such. Obviously, it makes the thing start to list over. If you go too far, the populace will start to be unhappy. They will have grievances because, well, basically cabbages are rolling down the road and such, and, you know, children falling off the edge, things like that. So, yeah, you really have to, you know, focus on not making it list over too much. I'm going to stop people working on the thicket collection. I'm going to assign some people to the forest, but also we can go down to the Golden Grove, the Golden Tree quest, which we will get, and we will now return. Oh, that's it. So we'll just head straight back. Obviously, you can also see things like there's vast open areas like this where you are basically, there's no resources around, and that's just the nature of the beast. You will find that that is often the case, going between these sort of different, almost islands in effect, really. So slowly going over to there, that is fine. If we wanted to, we could build a vertical rotor there. Just like the kilns, they do have this sort of effect around them where if you are next to them, they really don't like to yeah, they really don't like to be next to them. So yeah, I'll probably put this one back there. That will give ourselves a heavy tilt, which is 3% front and 6% left. So doing that will tilt the thing very far forward. I'll then want to put another one. I actually want to put them in the middle. So could I just build... I could build them there, which is a 1% front, which is fine, and then one on the other side. I think that's probably what we'll do. So I'll build a path to there and then along, and it'll be similar thing here. I'm just very aware, 1, 2, 3, that every time I do this I am increasing the weight of this. It says 40 weight, but I don't know if that is strictly true or not. Anyway, we will gather... What resources? We've currently got no one idle, because I think they're still gathering wood from back there. We currently have 66, which is pretty good. Obviously, we have to get some more homes as well. Let's go for some more coal, because we're on 25 of 30. It's not a big calamity, but there you are. So I still can't talk to this city. Just slowly going forward. Looking at all of the stuff on the bottom. Obviously, we've got the main lift and motivational system from the city centre. But then we have things like these oars. And these sort of propulsion things there as well. To keep us aloft. And I'm not actually building at the moment I'm not building the lift system because I'm waiting for the research to finish to make it a bit cheaper. Okay, so we have brought back the tree, so we will construct a skyport, I think. So the Rutulians begin to replant their great conservatory. Oh, look at that! All of this is just popping up. So all of these trees, all the trees are popping up. This is now got the great tree in it. All of these forests either side are now building up as well. Cool. So as it flourishes, new groves spring nearby, and we've got some more towns as well. So we're rebuilding it. With the grove replanted, the Rutulians are convinced of our prophecy. They agree to ally with us. To seal allegiance, we must build a skyport to connect their kingdom with our own. It requires 20 wood, 10 of the bricks, and we need to send 2 people for 2 hours. So I will do just that. We are currently on 20 people. Oh, we've got 20 people, and sadly we can only house, well, how many can we house? We can house 16 anywhere. I'm going to reduce the amount of people on this call. In fact, I'm just going to say none, and then everybody go for water, please, because we're currently on 16 of 30. So yeah, let's just go that, and I will just stop here as well. And you can see now the forests either side have now been replanted, so we've got 2 forests of 30. So that is really, really good. And the skyport, you can't actually see being constructed because it's got this cloud in the way. You can see when you mouse over, it gets rid of all of the cloud. But yeah, anyway, how are we doing for that research? It's cracking on quite nicely. That is fine. Skyport is getting built. And what else do we need? Well, lift, but I'm only halfway from researching that. I'm very tempted just to build one for them in the meantime. No. Let's just max speed it out and do it that way. But we've gained an ally. So the skyport is built, and we've started to recombine the empire. We're now allied with the kingdom of Rotula. Great! So we can see now that we have this skyport built. All these balloons are going to launch up, which is excellent. With the skyport complete, Rotulia is now connected to us and its neighbours. The great number of workers have also joined our cause. Oh, we're under 25. Alright, I definitely need more lift and more homes. They offer to supply us with 1 wood every hour. Now that they are connected to the skies, it should be easy. When we find the other kingdoms to connect with them, then all peoples will enjoy the collective harmony and the prophecy will be complete. Alright, so upon sealing our allegiance, the locals tell us of one last forgotten myth of the ancients and their knowledge. For the legend says the Airborne Kingdom housed 3 distinct wonders atop its flying platform. Each wonder shone with splendour imbued with great knowledge and ability to its builders. Yet when the great capital disappeared, these wonders were lost as well. The tales say they were scattered to the winds and their pieces lay among the lands. Perhaps finding some of their lost parts, we can rebuild the wonders. So we have a market in order to trade for resources. I don't need that. I'm going to go for and research the sail technology, and we are now known as the Airborne Community, I'm guessing because of the size. So as our community grows, doubts and fears begin to form among the migrants and other kingdoms, or from other kingdoms should I say. How can we survive in the skies forever? Additional believers in the light. The people are worried that they have lost its guidance both physically and spiritually. They need desires fulfilled. Yeah, so basically we need to light the city as well as have sort of faith stuff as well. So if we go over to our building here, we have desires. It's actually currently not researched. I wonder if anything is in here. No, we don't have anything in there. Okay, so we'll need to work on that. So we have a bit of a problem. If I check the map, we now find the Tranquil Gardens. So the trees grow in hidden ruins, each standing alone. If we can find all 3, we may rebuild the gardens. Right. We have a great library. And the Nomad's Ore. Okay. Have we not been over there? I guess we haven't. Let's head over there and see what resources we have, and then we'll probably Actually, we'll probably just keep going that way. Because I can see that there is a city over there. I think there's a city over there. And one over there. Either way, we'll have to progress around. But that's basically us done for like in this area. So there you are. Right, we're going to go to max speed and head this thing over here. We have a decent amount of food, decent amount of water. Coal is slowly going down, but we're fine. The main problem is that we are maxed out on lift. And also we have, sadly, still people homeless, which we need to probably sort out. That's relics found, yeah. Probably need to sort out sooner rather than later. But I'm waiting for... Oh, there you go. Look, resource storage. We're actually really all right for trees. So I'm going to stop people gathering that resource. Oh, that's actually a place we haven't been to. Let's go back over here. See, there's like a relic there. We've also got some of this quartz as well. So, yeah. We are researching the vertical rotor discount. So that should be good. Once that's done, I'm going to go for the next level in housing, which allows us to build houses 2 stories. So we can build tall rather than wide. There's a relic there, and also some quartz. I'm tempted to mine some quartz, but I think I'm maxed out. So let's go for housing blocks stack up to 2 stories. We're going to build that. We will send a worker to that relic ruin, and I don't see any other things further back, so that should be fine. Let's just turn around. There might be something hidden over there. I really don't know, but I can't actually see anything. Let's go ahead. Yeah, we've done that pond, and there's more relics up this way, and there's some clay. Yeah, they're converting the clay into bricks. We've still got 10 there, so that should be fine. Currently have mediocre approval because obviously they don't have a home, but let's go ahead for building and to lift and vertical rotor, and we're going to have a vertical rotor in there and a similar thing back in... Oh yeah, that's a thing actually. Destroy. If I put it back there, this is where we have to be a bit careful actually. Yeah. If I put it there, it won't work. It won't fit because of that. Okay. So I need it to be a bit further back. Need to be there basically. But then I might as well build it further out anyway. Alright, let's do that. So destroy that and that. Yes. And then I'm going to go for pathing 1, 2, 1. Ah, darn it. Not enough to support the weight. Okay, I'll have to build the rotor on this side first. So lift rotor. There we go. That is 0% front. The problem doing that is that then I won't be able to really build housing around close to this. I don't think it really matters. Yeah, we're going to place it there. So that is going to massively tip this thing to the left-hand side, but it is also, most importantly, going to increase the lift of this thing. Obviously, speed is going right down, but, oh yeah, people are upset, of course, because, yeah, 6 inhabitants do not have homes, and the kingdom is totally off balance, yes. But the main takeaway is now I can go 1, 2... I believe. Yep. And I can then build another vertical rotor there, which means now the kingdom will be balanced. Lots of relics over here, and also a city over there as well. I think we're going to head towards that one. Well, I say think. I am heading towards that one. You can quite clearly see I'm heading towards that one. Let's go to storage and to a warehouse, and we're going to place a warehouse in here. And we're going to send a worker down to that ruin. Gather some coal because... Oh, ancient ruins. Another ruin of the old empire, rotting in the winds of the Barrens. Seems there is more to this ruin below ground, but a hazard... Oh, but we hazard to attempt a voyage inside. Yeah, okay. Let's not go in there. But there are other ruins around, so I can send lots of workers to these. which is good. I'll head over to this unknown settlement, although sadly, I don't think I really want to... don't think I particularly want to get any more people because of, well, I don't think people will want to join actually. No, one person will join. I will not get any more people simply because of the lack of homes already. We are coming towards a quartz mine and a clay deposit. I'm gonna get both, actually. 5 and keep going. And for the quartz as well. You only have 7 aircraft available at the beginning. Actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to build another academy. That was always my intention to build 2 academies, but because we've got 5 people idle, we might as well get another academy to increase our research speed. I actually find that doing research sooner rather than later is probably the way forward. Just because, you know, well, you can get all of the efficiency bonuses. In terms of coal, we're now burning 1.5 rather than 0.5, so obviously these rotors here, but they don't require any people, so... There we go, housing blocks can stack up to 2 stories. I'm going to pause it for a moment while we check out our options here. We have stack up to 3 stories, get extra planes, increase gather rate. I think, quite frankly, more coal. Getting up to 60 coal would be good, although we're so close to stores at the moment that we don't really need it. Increase efficiency. Is that speed? I don't think there's any wastage in it. We can increase storage. 4 hours it takes. Lift. Decrease coal usage. We've got propulsion for the sail. I don't actually have anything built there. I'm going to say decrease coal usage. Yeah. I don't think we need the storage. There's a lot of coal in and around this map. So, yeah, we'll do... How far are we away from the main... Oh, hang on. Yeah, we've actually come quite away. I don't know if I've gone the wrong way. I don't know if there is a wrong way to go. It seems to be that is the edge of this part of the map anyway. So we'll see. Anyway, we're currently heading over to this city here. This is an unknown kingdom, and at least I can now build housing blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, and that is now 2 stories. Obviously that is going to increase our weight, but quite frankly it matters not. Over to this new kingdom, and we can see this is the Cantis Crossing. People of the Cantis live near the Valley of the Kings, and thus greatly value the treasure of the ancients. They are mesmerised by our flying machines, and their council wishes to speak. They have a request. A band of seekers has not returned in a long while, sent to a particularly desolate part of the Valley of the Kings. They were searching for a tome described in legends, but must become lost along the way, or perhaps worse. So we need to find the seekers. We will find those lost seekers. We will ask about blueprints and technology, which there are several of. We have wings, which generates lift to keep aloft. Its average cost no fuel, but 2 workers. So that's the opposite of the rotor. The rotor requires coal but no workers, whereas this, it's sort of a manual operation. We have an ore, which is low cost, no fuel, 1 worker, low speed. We have a street lamp, which provides light. I will get that for 5. And we have a charcoal hut and a farm. A farm is a fresh plot of land ready to be sown, creates 1 food for 1 water every 3 hours, which workers must deposit in storage before continuing, can clump together with other farms. Don't think we need that at the moment, and there's also a charcoal hut which transforms wood into coal, which is stored at the town centre. Workers don't like living near it. Okay. Quite frankly, don't think I really want much else, but I'm going to at least pick up a couple of those for now. And let me stop the kingdom and check the map. The map... Ah, we have to actually go to the ruin I've just been to. So I guess I'll do that. There we go. So we'll head over that way. And we now have 32 homes, which is good. Water is actually going down. I think we'll be fine going over there and back. I don't think there'll be too much of a drama. It's quite manoeuvrable when it needs to be, this thing, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think there'll be any great drama in heading this way. Let me go ahead and go for resources. I can't get another kiln, sadly. Quartz we've mined out. And the other stuff we've mined out. What else can we build? Could build another hangar. Don't think we particularly need another hangar. Gathering all the resources that we need at the moment. We are... I really actually want another academy. But we are starting to list forward. We can see inhabitants wish 66% of paths were lit, or were well lit, and 0% of the paths are currently lit. So, we're going to have to sort that out. At least we can put some in these areas where we've got double pathways. Ancient ruin. We nearly leave, but... we found the Seekers. Alright. We quickly hear jubilant shouts from below the tower's base. The Seekers had thought themselves lost. Now saved by a sign of a renewed empire. Wish to join our council? But let's return. So we have some more people. 2 people have joined, but we'll do do a 180 again, and we'll head back to where we need to go. So that is fine. You can see we're actually getting 1 wood. That's 1 per hour from the allies, so that's pretty good. We'll say get all of the resources down below. Not that there's many, but we'll gather what we can. Research for the rotor is going nicely. Currently on 16 of 30 coal, so just going back and forward has used a little bit of coal. So yeah, hopefully getting this, well, this 30% research is going to be helpful, certainly. But maybe going for that storage is going to give us that little extra buffer that might be quite desirable, actually. But we shall see. We shall see. I'm just sending people over to that coal store there. Current speed is 29%. We're a really slow empire. We do need to increase that somehow. I'm actually going to build, just for the sake of symmetry here, that food warehouse. I think what we'll do is have a pathway all around there as well. Let's have a quick chat with this. So, a great festival is awarded to the returning of the Seekers and us, the Saviours. So, more people have joined, and they are now wanting to build a skyport. Requires 20 wood, so, quite frankly, stop the boat, and let's go and get some more of that. Decrease coal usage by 30%, that's excellent. Let me go to basics, and let's go for, yes, coal storage. I wasn't going to do it, but I think at this stage it would be worth it. I think it would be worth it. Also water. Let's see, no people there, but 3 people on that. I'm actually going to have to creep closer to this anyway, simply because I think I need to be next to it in order to get the stuff from it. There's actually a relic rune as well, so we'll head to that. Head to that. You can see all the maps sort of like torn, so I'm guessing that's the edge of the map. But we've got a lump of land there, lump of land there, lump of land there. We came from that one. You can see all the balloons. Let me just stop the boat. We'll send a worker over there to gather that. I think we'll get 3 off it. So that should be fine. We could do with some more water storage, actually. Storage, water tower. I could put it around here, couldn't I? One there. One there. As I said, trying to go for symmetry. Not just for the aesthetic touch, but just I just think it would be, you know, for balance purposes. It makes sense. And we can now store 80 water. So, yeah, just max it out. Why not? 18 wood of the 20 required. We have loads of the bricks, so that is perfectly fine. We can see actually that this is a lot more built up now, which is excellent. Good to see. Good to see. Ask for technologies. I'm going to go for a charcoal hut. As I mentioned, I think the failure state is if you run out of coal, you fall out the sky. Not tried it. Don't want to try it. I think the yeah, just leaving it is probably the way forward. Looks like we have gathered all of the wood that we require, so let us build a skyport. So we are now constructing another skyport. We do need to be a bit closer by the look of it, so I'll head towards it. And there we go. So we'll stop. And that will then be another ally, which means we're now getting some more food. I don't know, I've got the clockworky bit there. I wonder if this was... People have been watching too much of the Game of Thrones opening. Let's close that. And there's also birds flying by as well. Lots of little details when you keep your eye out there. How are we doing for that? That oasis has got a lot of water, which we are currently hoovering up. There is something quite... I don't know if dark would be the right term, but we are basically going around and ripping resources from wherever we want. like locusts sort of thing. We're just taking it from the land and then we go off. Quite insidious, actually, when you think about it. We've gained another ally. That is another skyport built and another ally. So that is 2 out of the 4 for this section of the tapestry there. That is Cantis Crossing. Great. So once again, more workers and more wood every hour. And that's excellent. So we need to head over to, I think, this middle section, because that's a bit that we haven't done. So we will do that just now. So I'll assign people to gather resources from this coal deposit, because obviously we are, well, we've already used 9 just by being here. Good grief. That's how much are we using? The central fan is 0.5 and the vertical rotors are 0.7. So we've, it is a 30% improvement. Increase coal storage by 100. Actually, what we'll do then, I will stop this and basically get as much coal as I can before heading over there. But I think we will leave it there for now. That has been another bit of Airborne Kingdom. Hopefully enjoyable. By all means, let me know in the comments what you think we should do in terms of advancement, progression, etc. And as always, we will go from there. Thanks very much for watching. Take care and generic partings.